Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to solve some TCS coding questions and also I'm going to discuss the answers as well. So for all the subscribers, we have a giveaway at the end of the video. So do watch the video till the end, and also you have to be a subscriber as well. So if you have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. So without further ado, let's start with the first question that we have. So here we have the question. I'm not going to read the question line by line. You can just pause the video and read the question throughout. So I'll just show you a question for a while, and then we are going to. I'll just tell you the gist of the video. Alright, so I'll just tell you the gist so that we can start the question solving it. Okay. So now here we have what a teacher is there. So basically he has the marks of the students in the matrix. So that is defined by the M that we can see, and based on all the students, which index starts from 1 to n based on like n number of students that we have. The idea is here he is going to create a merit list based on the marks of the students. But before creating that merit list, it's also going through a re-evaluation by the other department as well. So with respect to each re-evaluation, the merit list we have to update, and the teacher is interested in finding out the cheaters in the exam. So how he is going to find out that is like all the students are sitting one behind the other. So any student have the same marks, then it will be considered as a cheating, and the latest student will be removed from the merit list. So the student sitting behind is considered as a cheater. So like I said, it is going through a re-evaluation from the other department, and at the end of each re-evaluation, we have to give the list of the students, like number of students that are going to be in the merit list. Okay, basically what we have to find is we need to find the maximum number of students that were part of the merit list after each re-evaluation. Only the final merit list is visible to all the students. All the re-evaluation you don't have to display as well, but I'm going to show you how we can display that number as well. And another thing that we have is the re-evaluation will be in the format of x and y. Here x is the index of the student whose marks need to be changed from the original value to the y. So each re-evaluation is independent and the merit list is updated after each re-evaluation, as we said. So let's look at the example. Here I have taken the example here. So we have the number of students which is denoted by n, and that is 5. And the marks of these students have given in the respective matrix, or you can call it as array as well. These are the marks that we have. So re-evaluation, like how many number of re-evaluation that we want to do, is that is denoted by the variable k or the value k, and here we have the two re-evaluation are going to be there. So after re-evaluation, like two re-evaluations, so x of I, that is indicating the current position of the student, like for which student we want to update, and this y, so basically this 3 is the new value that we are going to update. Similarly, this 4 represents at the fourth student of given the index that we have, like the matrix that we have. So the fourth value, fourth student marks, we are going to update with the new value, which is 2. Like originally we have the value, like for the first student we have value as 1, and for the fourth student we have the value as 5, which we are going to re-evaluate their marks. All right, so we need to find like the output that is expected is that for each for the first re-evaluation that is going to happen, there are going to be 5 students in the merit list, and for the second re-evaluation there will be only 3 students in the merit list. So that is say that after the second re-evaluation you have found the student which has like same marks, so that you have eliminated those students who are sitting behind and you caught them as a cheater, and the merit list is now of 3 people only. So in order to make it easier, what I did is I have just made this graph in an array format. We have converted this into this array, and for the simplicity I have used the one indexing, because we know in programming it all starts from the 0 index, but since with the example it is said that it is going to be 1 to n, and we can make that, like while writing the code we can mention that if we are using the value of I, we can say I plus 1, so that it will start from the 1 itself. Okay, and it is going to be start with the, and we have 5 students, we have their respective marks, and there is going to be the first evaluation, re-evaluation, where the key value for this, what we are going to do is the marks of the first student, we are going to update that here as I have shown you. So after the first reevaluation, these are going to be 3. So this is the new marks that we have for the student, 5 students after the first reevaluation, right? So now once we do that, our task is to find if there are any like consecutive number of cells that we have, or the indices that we have are same or not. So basically we'll compare if any two adjacent 2 or 3 are equal with respect to the marks. If they share the equal value, then we are going to say that okay, these are like students who are sitting behind one another have cheated, and that's why they got the same marks. So for first reevaluation, we do not find anything such that, so we'll say the merit list that we create are going to be 5 students. All the students are going to be in the merit. Now in the second iteration, so in the second re-evaluation, we are going to update the marks of the fourth student to 2 that we have did, like from 5 to we have updated that as a 2. Now again we have to re-evaluate in terms of check if the students are having the same marks or not. So you start comparing from this index with respect to this, and so forth, and we have found that for these 3 students the marks are same after the re-evaluation, right? And once you find this, we are going to eliminate these 2 students, because what is given in the question is that anyone that is sitting behind, like this person is considered to be from this person, these 2 students might have been cheated, so that's why they got the same marks. And at the end we are going to get the answer 3 for like index 1, 2 and 3, which is like these 3 people are going to make into the merit list. So let's see how to solve this with respect to the code. So we'll jump to the VS Code. Alright, so here we have, I'll just change. Okay, so basically let's understand, I will tell you like what are the inputs that we are going to take. We are going to take the input for n, which is the number of students. Then we are going to take the value for the k, which is like number of times we are going to reevaluate. In our case it is 2 and it is 5. After that we are going to create an array of for all the marks that we have seen, right? So for our example, what are the marks? We have 1 1 2 5 2. So this is what we want. 1 1 2 5 2. So these are the marks that we have. So basically there are like multiple ways of creating this array. So like you can do that in a single line as well by using the map function, and that I've already shown you like how to use the map function, and in a single line space separated value you can directly create a list. But we got a comment saying that how to do that in a scratch, like using the for loop. So that's why in this question I'm using this with respect to the for loop. So we are going to iterate on a for loop, and with each loop we are going to take the marks of individual student, and then we are going to update on this array. So at the end of this loop we are going to get the array like this. And once we are going to do that, we are going to iterate basically for each iteration. So we have 2 number of reevaluations that we have to do, right? And with respect to one reevaluation, we have to update the value of this matrix. So that we are going to do in this for loop. Here we'll take the value of x, which is the matrix position to be updated, which is, for example, in our first iteration it is 1, and the value of y, like what are the marks that we want to do, is in the first we have this value of 3. Once we do that, we are going to call this function, which is like we have written the function. Let's understand how this function works. So here we have, we are going to take the value of x, y and n, and once we take that, we are going to assign this value. So here array, this is the array that we have, and let's say here we have, I'll just write it 1, then we have 1 2 5 and 2. This is the array of x minus 1. So why x minus 1? Like I said, for the simplicity of the understanding in the example, I have started the array from 1 1, but in programming terms it's always going to start with the 0. So if I tell the first student's marks I want to update, that is nothing but in the Python it is going to be the index 0, right? So x value that we have, x value is we have 1, so that's why we are doing x minus 1, which will be 0. So we'll update the value of index 0, and then we have this so this value will get updated here, so with respect to the value of y, which is 3. So after that this will become 3 1 2 5 2. Once you do that, what we are going to do is, we have said like we want to find like how many students, like this is the answer is basically not the merit list value that we have. So we are going to iterate a for loop to check if the value of each index is same or not, and based on that we will update this answer value and we'll give the value for that merit. For the first iteration it's going to be 5. Now in the second iteration we'll again go back to this, again this function will be called, where we'll pass the same this matrix 3 1 2 5 and 2. Here we will update this value which will become 3 1 2 and 2 2, and we will use this for loop to check if the adjacent values are same or not, and if you find that, the resultant is going to be 3 1 2 and the answer is going to be 3 at this stage, and that will return the value that the merit that in this are going to be 3. So this is how we are going to get this for the first answer. So you can basically execute this code and check it. And also we have this code in the other programming language as well. I'll just show you for what is the output, what is the code that looks like for the Java. So you can just have a look at it and you can write the code on your own as well. And we have the same thing for C++ as well. So here you have, so let's execute this part. So we'll execute this. We have to pass the value. So number of students that we have is 5. Number of reevaluation that we have is 2. Then marks of the student that we have to, like marks of the student 1. So we have 1. Then second student we have 1. Then third we have 2. Then we have 5. And the fifth student marks we have, what are the marks? 2. So let's give this. And we want to give the matrix position to update. The first position we want to update, that is 1. And what are the new marks that we want to update, which is 3. So number of students based on the part of the merit list are 5 after the first reevaluation. Now let's check it for the another one. So enter the matrix position to update. Then we want to update the fourth with respect to the marks 2. And then we have number of students part of the merit list are 3. So that's how we can do this. Alright, so that is how we can basically solve this question, and I have given you the answer for another programming languages as well, which you can execute based on which programming language you are comfortable with. Now the thing is, as I was talking about the giveaway, so the giveaway is basically we are going to give away the Prepinsta Prime subscription. So I'll tell you for the people who do not know what is Prepinsta Prime. So here you will get all the preparation material. So basically if you are preparing for the TCS, so on the TCS, you will have everything that is required for the TCS preparation. So here we have basically, this is like you will dedicatedly get 150 hours of content along with 10 mock tests and 300 plus topic wise, and also 150 hours of interview preparation as well. Because for the TCS you have to prepare for like quantitative logical ability, verbal coding languages, and DSA, competitive coding, also core subjects and interview preparation. And also there are some skills that you have to prepare. So you don't have to basically, with this, you don't have to worry about like the places or the resources to find or prepare for the interview. This is a one-stop solution where you will get everything under one place, and not just for the TCS. Of course, you are not going to prepare for only one company. Here you will have the company specific tracks for the different companies as well. If you're preparing for that company, you can just check all the syllabus that is required to prepare for the company, along with the mock test, along with the resources that you find. Okay, so this is how. And not just that, if you're just preparing for another subjects as well, so we have the popular skill like data science, data analytics, AI, and cloud computing and everything. So these are all given, provided that under one subscription. You can just start from brushing up your programming skills to solving some basic and intermediate coding which are required for your TCS preparation, and you can just go with the competitive coding on data structures for the other companies based on like other product based or service based companies, whichever is required. So overall, this is the place where you can find everything under one place. You don't have to worry about any kind of a resources and finding all the struggle it's taken care, right? So do check out the Prepinsta Prime, and for the people who will get the answer, so if you're part of this giveaway, you will get this Prime subscription for free. Alright, so now let's talk about the giveaway question that we have. So basically this is a question that you have to solve and submit the answer in the comment section. I will just explain you what is the question that we have, and you can choose any programming language that you're comfortable, either go with C, C++ or Java. and comment down the answer. We are going to pick top 3 commenters and they will get the giveaway that we have mentioned. So basically, let's try to understand what is the question. So given a maximum of 100-digit numbers as input, find the difference between the sum of odd and even position digits. So basically, this is we have the input. First value, let's say 4, 5 and 6 and 7, this is the number. You need to find the sum of even position numbers and odd position numbers, and you need to basically find the difference between them. So what we have for the odd position, like this is 1 and these are 2. Like if I start like 1 2 3 4, these are the positions if I give. So these are the odd position, and where we'll find 4 plus 6 is we have 10, and second is we have 5 and 7, which is like 5 plus 7 will be 12, and the difference that we have is 2. So we are not we are just taking the absolute value. We are not going into the negative or plus value. So we want to find the difference, not in the minus number or plus, right? So you can get the absolute value. Similarly, for this value, we have the output as 2, and given this number, we have the output as 1. So you have to solve this question and comment this answer in on this video, and that's it, and you will be part of to getting the subscription. And in order to get more updates on the TCS and all the upcoming drives, I would recommend you to follow us on all our social media channels like on Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, LinkedIn and Telegram, to get updated with all the upcoming drives and the updates related to the drive that we are going to share on the social media channels. So all the links are given in the description, so do follow, and I will see you up ahead in the next one.